I'm currently working on intro, which so far the only thing I need to look for is music. So if you guys have any good music that you think could be royalty free music, so copyright free, just leave the link, sorry, not the link, the name of the song in the comments, and I'll check it out and see which one gets picked. Or I'm gonna have to spend like an hour or two looking through YouTube to see if there's any good music to use. But other than that, here's the start of What If Deku Had a Revival as a Quirk Part 2. Okay, so I think the last time I left off, Deku just told All Might what his quirk was. So I'm just gonna say All Might now knows. He has asked. Sorry, there's people are working outside of near the place I live, and I keep thinking someone's walking outside of my house. Jesus. Okay. Well, whatever. Um. Bakugo then says to All Might, "So, All Might, why did you bring us here?" Which is, yes, this was pretty much the place I could jump to because, well, this was one of the best places to jump to since there's gonna be no one around. And I wanted to tell you both something. Wait, no. Wait. So I think All Might's in his All Might's in his deflated form, I'm pretty sure. And I'm 90% sure that Deku and Bakugo already know about One for All. But just in case, I'll do it again, I guess. In case I didn't do it. I want to give young Bakugo here my quirk. And before you start asking how it's possible, it's part of the quirk that has been passed down through generations. It is, well, one of the best quirks and boosts your main quirk by a lot and boosts your physical strength beyond way beyond the human limit. Bakugo says, "So you want to give it to me, but why not Deku? He's already so strong." All Might then says, "Because his hero form is, seems to be anyway, stronger than One for All. Well, my One for All anyway. Your one would be, well, stronger than mine. And with your explosions also, I think you and Deku could be great rivals. So, what do you think? Do you both agree?" And Deku, I mean, young Midoriya, the reason I brought you here is, well, to train that hero form a bit. Do you agree? And Midoriya says, "Yeah, I agree. Why not?" So then, Bakugo, since he's pretty built, he starts to train for, I'm gonna say, 4 or 5 months, just to be sure. And for those 5 months, Deku is once a month trying to get into his hero state and seeing how long he can last. And someone in the comment section, which I'm gonna give a shout out to at the end of the video, mentioned that if he has infinite stamina, how can he pass out from exhaustion? I'm changing that so that his brain shuts down after a certain amount of time, which I'm just gonna say mental fatigue. So his brain starts to realize that his body's been overexerting itself so much, And the only reason his arms and legs don't just snap off is because of the instant regeneration. That's the only reason. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to just for that. I'm gonna say that he's been trying to try to get it up to an hour. No. I'm gonna say, like, when he does speed, when he uses his speed, he doesn't get mental fatigue because he's just running. So he can run for about 12 hours. I'm gonna say, with his strength, he max now he can go for about 30 to 40 minutes in the hero form with just his strength and his speed both. And after the 5 months, he can go up to an hour. So a long time in a state where his strength multiplies by 100 and his speed multiplies by 20. I also saw... No, I'll address this all at the end of the video. And I'll give shoutouts to, or show the comments that I'm talking about. So, what was I gonna say? Okay, after the 5th month, so at the start of the 6th month, All Might then says to Bakugo, Bakugo, I think you're pretty much ready for One for All now. Here, eat this. Both of them dumbfounded and say, wait, what? Bakugo saying, how's that supposed to give me One for All? All Might says, because you have to swallow my DNA, and I don't think you want to drink blood, do you? Or skin? Or to have to, like, gnaw on bone? Pretty sure you don't want to do that, do you? Bucko then starts to throw up in his mouth a tiny bit and says, oh, yeah, no, I do not want to do that. That's disgusting. Declan says, wait, All Might, do you know your injury, how you can go for 3 hours a day? I think with the training I've been doing, I might be able to heal you a small bit. Obviously not fully, I don't think, but maybe after a few months, maybe I can. All Might says, sure, try it. It's not like it's gonna do much. I mean, I've had a few surgeries. Deku places his hand, like, gripping, basically, to the wound, and All Might grunts in pain, saying, what are you doing? Midoriya says to shut up, and puts energy through his arm into All Might, but it's his regenerative power, which, no, he won't lose it. He basically just copies it slightly and transfers it to that one area so that area can heal. And once it's healed to what it can, that duplicate dies. Or, no, I'll just say that with his regenerative power, he can heal other people slightly. Whichever one you want to think, the first or the second one, explanation, you can think of it whichever one sounds better. And also tell me in the comments which one sounds better. I think straight after this, I should do the Hawks one, because I haven't done that in a while. That one was pretty good. I'm pretty much stalling, empty. Whatever. Midoriya lets go, saying, how does that feel? And All Might lifts up his shirt and looks at it, saying, that's somewhat healed. What the hell? And he says, I think I might be able to do this for 4 or 5 hours now. Possibly. Let me test it. He pulls back his fist, charging up One for All in his entire body, but obviously the lightning doesn't come around All Might's body. he does a full power smash, which I think was a Detroit smash. I'm gonna say that his now 100% would have been like 120% of All Might in the canon, in at that state anyway. And so he says to Midoriya, "Young Midoriya, thank you. This is major. Now, Bakugo, are you ready to receive the quirk?" Since All Might dropped the hair, I'm gonna say Bakugo says, "Move away," and blows up, basically with a normal explosion, the other hair, so no one can take it. All Might says, "Good idea." He plucks out another hair and says, "Eat this." Bakugo takes it, eats it, and yeah, he hates it, but he swallows it. And then says, "I don't feel anything." He charges back his fist, punches, and since he can't control it, his arm smashes into smithereens. And then All Might and Deku both say, "Why did you test it out now?" And Deku went over to his arm and healed it mostly. So that it was only like a few fractures in it. And then they brought Bakugo to Recovery Girl. Recovery Girl healed his arm fully. His arm's brand new. Deku then says, "Why don't you put all that energy throughout your entire body instead of in just one place?" Bakugo and Deku go to the forest where they were training as kids and start training. Well, Bakugo starts training, and Deku's there to make sure he doesn't kill himself. Why do I always yawn during these? Like, Jesus Christ. You know, I'm not gonna restart. No way. But I think I'm gonna make it so now. I'm gonna say it's after the 10 months. Bakugo can now control, I'll say, 12% of full cowling. And Deku gives Bakugo the idea of name of full cowling. And Bakugo likes it. And Kaminari, throughout those 10 months, since I forgot about him a bit during the last episode, I'm gonna say he basically did nothing. But he is way stronger than what he is in the canon anyway, so he doesn't really need to. Now, I'm gonna skip now, or not skip, but move on to the day of, like, the day before the last day, and All Might says, "We forgot to clean up that other half. Do you want to do that?" Bakugo and Midoriya both get ready. Bakugo charging up One For All everywhere to 100%. No, I'll say he went to like 12% like he normally can. Deku cuts his, well, stabs his brain 3 times since he revives each time. Goes into his hero state. Both of them charge up their fist. Well, yeah. And let out, and they both shout, "Detroit! Smash!" Shit. They both shout "Detroit Smash." And all the garbage that was there was blown away. Bakugo then going underneath all of it, going, "King Explosion!" creating an explosion 2 times bigger than what he did in the sports festival against Uraraka. That's pretty fucking big now that I think about it. I'm gonna say it basically breaks down everything. Like, absolutely everything. Because, dang, that's a big explosion. So everything is like dust now. It all falls into the water and the sand, and basically they ignore it. Could that come back to bite them later? No. I doubt it. Now, I'm gonna say only brings Bakugo and Deku to the UN entrance as Small Might. He drives them. No. He walks them there. Oma and Deku are talking strategies until they get in, and Kaminari, Midoriya, and Bakugo get called up by President Mike. And yes, I am changing the story up each time for different things. President Mike says, "These three are the top 3 people who will." Well, sorry, I'm not doing that voice. That's fucking weird. These 3 people will be the no. I'll just say my normal voice. These 3 people will be the 3 that will probably get the top scores. So try beat them. They get put into a separate arena so that, well, they don't get held back. Because they all know about Deku. Deku is in his own arena. And then Bakugo and Kaminari are in their own arena. Since, well, Kaminari somehow passed in the canon, so he's gonna do pretty good in this one. Bakugo, well, he has one for all. What do you think's gonna happen? For the next episode, I might look up a picture of Bakugo using one for all and put it here. But I'm gonna say Deku just shouts to the judges, "Release the biggest ones you have," and sees 5 0-pointers. And they say if he can destroy them all and plus all the other robots, I think there's like 20 others, I'm gonna say, that he will automatically pass with the highest score. And if Bakugo somehow gets a higher score of 110, they will just make him go in second place no matter what. And just bump up his score to just below Bakugo's. Deku agrees and, well, kills himself, basically. The judges are freaking out until All Might says, "Relax, relax." Deku gets up. Then does it 2 more times. Then still freaking out a little. Then him looking like he does in exactly like the jumper and everything, like he does in the picture, starts to go like Bakugo does when in the canon. Well, he still does that now, where he charges back basically, and his hands are like claws, and starts to run like that a little towards all the robots. He doesn't front flip into the air, then saying, "Watch out, you damn robots," puts his hand up in the air as far as possible, puts it into a fist, okay, well, whatever, and he basically does like if he was charging up one for all in his arm, but instead it's revival into his arm. So all the part that would be in his entire body is just in his one arm. So it's gonna be concentrated matter, basically just flying out. I'm gonna say he learned this technique so that when the lightning's around his arm, he can throw the lightning So, Kaminari is slightly useless, but he's a good teacher to teach him how to use lightning. But Deku just tries to harness lightning, failing, obviously. Then, grabbing all the thunder, or the lightning he has, turns it into like a bolt. With all his strength, turns it into a glove, kind of. But like a very thin sleeve of glove that normally would be under those gloves he has in the picture, and just does basically he just shouts, world impact, and just smashes down, and the entire arena is no sorry where all the robots is a giant crater. Bakugo does basically the exact same thing, but there's like 2 0 pointers and the like 30 robots, and just does his biggest explosion and disintegrates them all. Kaminari does basically the same as he does in canon, just better. So Deku comes in second place, and Bakugo comes in first place. Kaminari comes in fourth. Guess who's in third? Ida. I'm gonna say it's Ida just because I like Ida. Now, bye guys. That wasn't the best way to leave it off, so see you guys. See you next episode.